to a very, very special location. I mean, there's just so much to see.
I released the Chasing the Shot episode Las Vegas last year. I'm very fortunate in the fact that this is the second consecutive year I've been able to come back to Vegas on business for my day job. While most people think of big casinos, fancy foods, and all kinds of entertainment things when you think of Las Vegas, for me, I have a little bit of a different twist when I think Vegas, because on my Chasing the Shot episode, I started exploring areas outside of city limits. When I knew I was coming back to Vegas, I started thinking about what else could I explore? What else could I see? Let's find out.
If there's one piece of technology that has just revolutionized the way that we all travel, it's the mapping, the directions, the different apps we have to guide us on our phones. Not to sound old, like, your mom or dad when I was young, blah, blah, blah. But I'm starting to get some time on me now. And, the age of having guided travel has been invented basically since I've been alive. And when I was young, you had road atlas maps on paper. That was it. You didn't have anything else. You used the map, and if it was right, you got there. If not, then you got lost and tried to figure it out from there. And then when I was a kid, the internet it just got started. And so what we had then was like a MapQuest. Is a website you go on, type where you are starting, where you're going, and it would give you written directions as to where you're going or how to get there. Turn right here, turn left there, and it wasn't always correct. It's grown into something that's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, we get very detailed directions, turn right in 200 feet. I mean, that's unheard of when I was a kid. And so it's opened the doors to travel, and it's allowed people to get out and see things they wouldn't normally see, because it's just, it's who has time to just wander around looking for stuff aimlessly, in the hopes that you might find something cool. As photographers, we do that a little bit, scouting, but we have an idea of where we're going. And I think we all probably use our phones and our mapping systems to get there, because they're so accurate. And, you can look at reviews, you can look at pictures, you can do all kinds of stuff. So it's something that we all take for granted. Those of us that lived through the times when we didn't have all those very detailed guided apps, definitely should appreciate, what we do have now, because it gets us to places like this, the Red Rock Canyon in Las Vegas. My second year in a row coming out to Las Vegas for a work conference. And whenever I travel, I'm always looking for the opportunity to do some photography. And, sometimes it requires to get up really early or stay out really late because I got to fit it in around my, my work schedule. But, man, it's worth it. An absolute beautiful landscape. I never get the weather I'm looking for when I'm out here. I knew it was going to be a little bit gloomy today, rain showers in the area, but it's the time that I had. I'm not a professional photographer. I can't schedule right now. I can't schedule a trip just to go to Las Vegas to take pictures. It's not in the budget. It's not in my time allowances for what I'm doing. I got a family. I got a job. So I got to make the most of what I have. And I think that's most of us. You just got to make the most of what you have. And most people come to Las Vegas, they think of partying and drinking and gambling and whatever. And don't get me wrong, that's fun too. But typically you're going to find me in a location like this.
So what you have is basically a 13-mile one-way road. It's kind of like a wandering horseshoe shaped road, and it just, it takes you through all of these wonderful looking mountains, and there's so many different, styles of rock here. It's just really awesome. You even have some peaks that are high enough to have some snow on the top of them, and it's just a lot of great color and contrasting color. But again, you got to hit it at the right time in order to really go for the color shots. Today I'm going for some moody shots, some cloudy, desaturated, moody style photographs. Let's see what we can come up with.
So when I was here last year, I got a shot of this scene here with the sun just barely peeking out and hitting the mountains, and I just absolutely fell in love with that shot. I thought it was a wonderful, wonderful shot. And so now I'm back to the same scene, and I'm gonna try to get a bit of a different shot because of the weather. The weather, I have clouds and it's a little rainy, but I'm going for that moody feel. I'm trying to go with the circumstances and see what I can come up with. So I'm going to compare these two shots, and we'll see which one's best.
You can't force photography or any other type of art for that matter. You have to go with what you have. And in a case like this, you snap it, you get it on camera, you do some editing later, and sometimes you don't know what you have until you're all done with it. And in a case like this, I don't think I can compare this photo versus the other photo because they're two completely different photos, and I like both of them for different reasons. After my second day in Vegas, I head back into the city to get some dinner, do a little work, have some meetings, and then go to bed early because I have something incredible lined up for the next day, and I need to get up really early in order to make the best use of my time. A spot like this is a bucket list type of location to visit, and I absolutely can't wait to get started.
So it's my last day, my last full day on my trip out here to Las Vegas, and I decided to take a little road trip. Got a rental car, and I'm gonna drive up to a very, very special location. I hope my wife doesn't get mad at me because I know she wants to go there too, and she wasn't able to join me. But I got to do it, man. I'm this close, and the conditions are just perfect as far as, it's been cloudy the whole time I've been in Nevada, but it's cleared up today, and I really hope this turns out to be something special. I know it's going to. I don't have enough time to really, devote to this the way that I should, but I still think just being there for just a few hours and just seeing what I can see is going to be awesome. And I'll show you here in a few minutes what I'm talking about. But on the way there, I'm from the East Coast and on the United States. It doesn't happen on the East Coast, so it's just really, really beautiful. Wow, what a drive from Vegas. It's just been one of those drives where it's like hard to keep your eye on the road. I mean, there's just so much to see, and it's ever changing. It's one of the best little road trips I've ever taken. It's just wow. So I was a little disappointed, you know, that it's such a heavy, thick ceiling at first. It's raining a little bit, but, you know, I think it makes for some wonderful, moody, you know, photographs. It's just incredible.
I don't have the privilege of traveling to locations like this just for photography. I'm not a professional photographer. So when I got to Zion, I was pretty disappointed when I saw all the clouds and all the rain and, you know, just a very, very gloomy scene. But just as any incredible landscape does, it just shows up. And you just need to be there and be inspired by it and take it in. Take in the magnitude of it, take in the scale of it, take in the scope of it, take in the naturalness of it, and you'll get good photography.
So one of the cool things about it being raining is there is all kinds of waterfalls, these little waterfalls, but they're just coming down from the tops of the mountains. It's just incredible. If there's raindrops on the lens, I'm sorry, but it's definitely spitting rain quite well. I had a guy tell me that I need to go up to Bryce Canyon. He said that he thinks that's the #1 park in Utah. It's hard to imagine anything topping this, but I think if I can squeeze the time out, I'm definitely going to give it a shot. All I have for you is just wow. The rain is a blessing in disguise. There's very few people in the park, and the waterfalls I'm sure it's creating, and the wet look on the rocks. These are the kind of spots that you dream about. So if you've done any kind of research or seen, you know, some crazy videos from Zion National Park, it's from that mountain right there. That's what they call Angel's Landing, and the hike to get to it is incredibly dangerous. I mean, as long as you're in good health and have some common sense, you can do it. From what I'm told, I haven't done it, and I'm definitely not doing it today with the rocks, you know, this wet and this rain. But just being here, looking at it in person, wow. You hike across that little thin ledge, and then they have ropes and chains to get you up to the top of that thing. Man, I'd love to be able to do that hike. I think it's almost 6,000 feet above sea level, which I did a hike recently in the Adirondack Mountains, and that was like 4,400 feet, 4,300 feet, Cascade Mountain, somewhere in there. But the ridge that you have to hike across is so skinny, and it's straight down on each side. And you have to like pull yourself up the chains, man. Anybody that's done the Angel's Landing hike, I definitely give you some courage points, because that is an intimidating looking hike, but I think it would be really cool. The drive starts there at the visitor center, and then you drive all the way up through the canyon, through the grotto, Weeping Rock and Big Bend, which I just went around, and the final destination, Temple of Sinawava. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but let me show you what this is all about. Now that's a waterfall. This place is amazing. I've been really fortunate to see some amazing waterfalls in my life. And I'm always on the hunt for waterfalls, but this one is one of a kind. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. It's nestled into this canyon, power, and the sheer amount of water. It's just, man, that's a real waterfall. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed, exploring Zion National Park and capturing it on video, getting the photographs. And hey, I encourage you, anytime you have the opportunity to travel and get out of your own backyard, definitely do it. And don't just do the minimum, get creative and try to find ways that you can do whatever it is your primary purpose for the travel is. But always try to expand your horizons, and explore the places you've never explored and that you never thought you would explore until that opportunity is there. And then you just have to make it happen. It's so worth it. I mean, it's just very special. I'm very thankful to be able to, come to a place like this and enjoy the magnitude, the power, just the creation of all this is